It is April 14, 2017. This is the Watchman News, and I'm Mike Callahan. Well, it would seem the shadow brokers have been busy. This report coming from RT, as the headline reads, Hackers expose NSA financial spying arsenal, global banking system potentially at risk. Hacking group Shadow Brokers has released a data dump allegedly stolen from the NSA detailing the agency's ability to hack international banks, including the SWIFT network, via Windows PCs and servers used for global financial transfers. Folks, I don't know how much I can stress this. Every Windows PC has a backdoor, right? The government doesn't need anything else. The operating system itself was designed with backdoors. So it's pointless to try and keep them out. It's the same with Android phones, for instance. I won't mention the name of the group, but I used to be a phone geek, and there was one particular group that I would always get their ROMs from. I would always, I would always unlock my phone, root it, and I would put a third-party ROM in it because they had really cool stuff. And usually they were like an operating system ahead of what the industry was. Well, not the whole industry, but I mean, like, if you bought a particular phone, they would come out with the new operating system for that phone months before the phone company did. Anyway, I remember a discussion that they had in their forums about how they were trying to remove certain aspects of the Android operating system that was, to us, end users, a security risk. Not from each other, but from intrusion by the government. The Android operating system, the phone, would not work if that script was removed. Absolutely would not work. Totally non-functional. Windows is the same way. And before you jump to Mac or Linux or any, it's in all of them. I assure you it is in all of them. So that's something that as human beings we need to be under the understanding of, that we can't get around this at all. There's no way to get around it. Your VPN's useless. Proxies, useless. Using a certain browser because they tell you that it's more secure, useless. Every bit of it is useless because they have a backdoor built in from scratch. Anyway, I'll continue. The group's latest release, dubbed Lost in Translation, lists Qatar First Investment Bank, Dubai Gold and Commodities Exchange, and Tad Hamman International Islamic Bank was allegedly compromised. It's now feared that one of the world's most secure methods of making payment orders has been can't believe I can't say the word, irrevocably, compromised with the NSA's sophisticated arsenal of hacking tools now freely available online. Hey, some people can't say aluminum. I can say that one fine. This latest leak of U.S. government agency cyber weapons comes just 1 month after revelations that the CIA had also lost its own array of cyber weaponry on the dark web. SWIFT is used by banks in the transfer trillions of dollars each day. It boasts 11,000 banking and securities organizations in 200 countries across the world as members of its community. The financial institutions are listed in the documents with a note beside each saying, "Box has been implanted and we are collecting," jargon used by the NSA to indicate spyware has been successfully implanted on a computer, reports Wired. IP addresses listed alongside the institutions do not correspond to machines at the institutions, according to the security researcher Matt Suchi. Instead, the IP addresses are listed to machines at EastNets, the largest SWIFT bureau in the Middle East, managing payments for the financial clients. This is the equivalent of hacking all the banks in the region without having to hack them individually, Suchi said. In a tweet, EastNets claimed there was no credibility to the claims their machines were compromised. However, NSA whistleblower Edward Snowden took to Twitter to call EastNet's bluff. In addition, he stated that any and all financial service systems that operate Windows are vulnerable to attack, as the NSA's hacking arsenal is now widely available and relatively easy to use for anyone with the requisite skill set. In a statement to Wired, Microsoft said, "We are reviewing the report and will take the necessary actions to protect our customers." Yeah, right. Okay. Last week, the shadow brokers protested Donald Trump's involvement in Syria when they released a password that unlocked a trove of NSA exploits. The release was accompanied by the message, "Don't forget your base." In a blog post, the shadow brokers said the latest leak might not be their last, saying, "Maybe if all surviving World War III shadow brokers be seeing you next week. Who knows what we have what we having next time." I'm having a problem reading that because it's not proper sentences. But anyway, very interesting. And to my knowledge, up to this point, shadow brokers have been totally above board, and just like WikiLeaks, they have never released any misinformation. So something to keep an eye on. We'll leave the link to this story, as always, in the description.